In this episode, I'm going to show you how to offline AI assets. Have you ever wondered when you're running an AI request, what is all that Python code that's running on the screen? Did you know that you can actually download that code and run it locally? And if you run it locally, it will run 100 times faster than in the AI cloud. And once you download that code, it's yours for life. You can run it 1,000,000 times if you want without paying for a subscription. Hi, my name is Christian, and welcome to Creating Job Security by Mastering the AI Superstack. So in this first example, I am a marketing specialist that my job is to analyze YouTube videos. And in order to analyze YouTube videos, I need to download the captions or the subtitles. So I'm going to use this video that I created in a previous episode, which is the AI cross-check, which is able to cross-check your results from one AI to the next. And I'm going to go to two AI engines. I'm going to go to Gemini. And I'm going to say, please give me the subtitles for that video. And I'm going to go to Grok. And I'm going to say, give me the subtitles for that video. So Gemini took less than a minute, but it only got a section of my subtitles or captions. This is not the complete thing by any means. So it took Grok 4 minutes and 4 seconds to extract the whole transcript with my captions or subtitles, whatever you want to call it. And as you can see, it's still generating the file. We can actually do this better. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to generate the Python code to achieve the same thing. I'm going to go to a ChatGPT and I'm going to paste my request, which is to give me the Python code to generate the subtitles from a YouTube video so I can download them to a local file. And the file name will have the YouTube ID. So let's run this. So here's my Python code. Now, before I run any Python code in my computer, I'm going to run the antivirus. The episode for the AI antivirus is my previous episode. So I'm going to put that link in the description below, but I'm going to go open a new instance of ChatGPT and I'm going to run the antivirus. And then I'm going to go and copy this code. I'm basically going to say my request payload is Python code. And then I'm going to paste the code right after and hit enter. And it's going to run the AI antivirus. So there it goes. It says it's very low risk. And if we go to the code section, because the antivirus has 21 different categories, you can see it's very low risk. Now, for time purposes, I already ran this across all the other AIs and all the other AIs, except for probably DeepSeek. So Copilot said it was, no. So Copilot said it was medium risk. And then DeepSeek said it was low risk. Quen said it was low risk, and Kimi said it was medium risk. But anyway, so for the most part, the antivirus doesn't think that this code is risky. So I'm going to copy this. I am going to go to Visual Studio Code, and I'm going to create a new Python script. So my next question was, how do I run this code? Okay, now that I have it saved in my computer. And it basically gave me the script I need to run. So I need to put the ID of my video in there. Okay. And that means I have to copy this code, and then I have to go to my video and copy this ID, and then go into Visual Studio Code and go into New Terminal and basically paste both of those things combined. Okay, so that's not there yet. So I still have the video ID. So let me delete that. Let me delete that and run it with the correct video ID. And so now we have the right video ID. This is the video ID that belongs to my video. And so I only have the code right now. So if I run it, it is going to download. It is going to download the actual captions for that video. So if I open this with Notepad, okay, here is the total script, or the total captions or subtitles, whatever you want to call it. And so this solution not only took seconds to run, but now I own the code. So I don't have to wait 4 minutes. I don't have to wait 4 minutes for Grok to run it, or I don't have to put up with Gemini's incomplete captions, subtitles. And so what do I have? I have an asset. I have an asset that now I own to do my job. And so I don't need any subscriptions. I don't need to pay any fees. I don't depend on an AI model or a platform that will provide me inconsistent results. And it was AI itself which generated this script. So it's an offline AI asset that is now in my possession. In this second example, I created 96 fake invoices, and each invoice is with a different customer and a different number of line items. And my goal is to search through all 96 invoices so I can find out which category I'm making the most money, so I can buy ads to publicize that category. So the easiest way to accomplish this would be to drop 100 files or 96 files into AI and basically ask it, using the line item description, amount earned, identifier where I'm making the most money. The problem with this is that most AIs, you see, only upset 3 files. If I go to Claude and try to do the same thing, no more than 20 files. If I go to Gemini, right, and I try to drop 96 files, I'm going to get only 10 attachments allowed. Okay, if I go to Copilot, 20 files is the maximum. If I go to DeepSeek, 50 files is the maximum. If I go to Qwen, 5 documents is the maximum. If I go to Kimi K2, 50 files is the maximum. So that's problem number 1. So what can I do? So one of the techniques you can do is you can just drop a small sample, let's say 5 files, and run it. Okay. Now, you need to be aware that this is a very expensive request. So what happens with that is that if you have a free account like I do right now, it will only allow you to make this request 5 to 10 times a day. And as you can see, the AI was smart enough to scan through all the lines, and it's showing you the lines in each PDF, and figure out which category I'm making the most money. So what can I do? How can I offline this AI asset? Well, I can basically say, give me the Python code to run this locally. So what's going to happen now is that Claude's going to give me the Python code that I need to run the same analysis in my C drive. And once I have it in my C drive, I have the code, I can run it perpetually for absolutely no cost, and it will be faster. So here's the Python code that I need to run in my local machine, and that's what we're going to do next. So I downloaded the code from Claude into my Visual Studio sitting in my desktop, in my laptop. But before I ever run this, I'm going to run the antivirus. Now, to make this video short, I already ran it against ChatGPT. It basically says that the code purpose, there's very low risk for the file system manipulation. Attachment risk is very low. When we look at Claude, same thing. It's very safe. When we look at Gemini, the code injection is very safe. Unfortunately, Grok was not cooperating tonight, but if we go to Copilot, let's go back there. There we go. It's very safe. If we go to DeepSeek, the code purpose functionality, there's no risk across all the AIs except for Grok that wasn't answering right now. There was no risk to running this code. So in the previous example for YouTube, we used Python code that was very easy to execute. It was very short, but this one is much longer. And one of the things you need to understand is that some of these Python scripts, they use external libraries. And for example, this library right here that you see here with the squigglies, the reason why those squigglies are there is because I do not have PDF Plumber installed. So what I did is I went back to Claude and I said, how can I install PDF Plumber to Visual Studio Code and Windows? And it gave me the script. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to install it. I'm going to go to Terminal, New Terminal, and you only have to do this once. Okay, I'm going to hit Enter. And what is going to happen is going to basically install it. So I'm going to close Visual Studio Code and I'm going to reopen it. And what's going to happen is that the squigglies are not going to be there anymore. Okay. So this is another way to figure out you have it installed. You can right click on it and go to definition and it's going to show you, you see, these are two different files. This is where my script is, and then this is PDF Plumber. Okay. And you can do that for all of these libraries. When you see OS, these are libraries. Okay. And libraries are basically large pieces of code that were created in order to support this script from running. So the moment of truth has come. I have my Python code sitting in my offline assets folder, and I added some more features in order to create a file that is going to record the output. And before I run this, I want you to know there's two ways of running it. You can run it for the terminal. So I went back to Claude and said, how can I run this for the terminal? And it gave me the code. So I can copy this code, and let me show you how to do that. You can go to Terminal, New Terminal, and basically you can paste that code and hit Enter, and it will run it. That's one way of running it. And then the other way of running it is hitting the Run button, Run Python file. So most of the time, the terminal is the best way to go. So let's run it. And it's going to run through all the files. And look, it created the analysis. And the reason why I modify the code is because unfortunately the terminal is not as friendly as writing this. You see, I can only scroll up to number 75. But if we open the report, so here's the report, and you see it processed all the files. And then it told me that computer vision implementation was my number one category, and I made $17,661, and that's reflected in invoice 68, invoice 10, and invoice 1. And so if we go through all the different categories, it will go up to category number 189, where I only made $726, and I made almost $1 million consulting in less than a month. So that's pretty good for me. So what does this code represent? Well, first of all, this is an AI generated asset that is now in my possession. I don't have to pay any subscriptions or fees. I don't have limitations. The performance is incredible. And the only thing that it took to make this happen was to install Visual Studio Code and Python in my laptop, which is only a one-time investment, and understand how to install libraries and interact with the AI model to produce an outcome that benefits me, my consulting company, and my profession. Here are my final thoughts. Offline AI assets shine in situations where online AI starts to struggle. They are perfect for repetitive tasks and things you otherwise prompt again and again. They're ideal for token-heavy jobs where long conversations would cost you real money or answers get cut off. They save massive time on slow, manual, or multi-step work that doesn't need real-time intelligence. And most importantly, offline AI assets let you finish tasks that some AI models refuse to fully execute due to throttles, refusals, and interruptions. The cost savings here are undeniable. You save time and avoid paying for multiple AI subscriptions just to get the job done. These offline AI assets can be automated in both Windows and Mac, and they can run quietly in the background once they're set up. You don't need to be an engineer. Anyone with basic technical skills can implement and use them. And here's the real shift. Companies used to pay thousands of dollars for engineers to build these solutions. Today, you can create them yourself for pennies. Being ready for a potential AI layoff starts with control. Control over your costs by reducing your AI subscriptions. Control over your stress by knowing you are prepared. And preparation means planning for your AI future and not reacting to it. When you own AI assets, you're not starting from zero. Those assets turn into consulting opportunities, freelance work, and a real portfolio you can put with your resume. That's how you move from uncertainty to leverage. And don't forget, you can always contact me via LinkedIn. And thank you for watching.